This video is about how touch saved him, but a secret could destroy his pack. If this story captivates you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silvery glow across the dense forest that clung to the edges of Blackstone Ridge. It was the time when the wolves thrummed with energy, their instincts awakening under the lunar light. The thrum of nature was punctuated by the deep howls of the Blackstone pack reverberating through the night, a testament to their strength and unity. But even as they howled, unease rippled through the air, for their leader, Alpha Kalan, was gravely injured. Kalan lay on a mossy bed deep within the pack's territory, his breath shallow and his body battered. The remnants of the fight against the Silver Moon pack lingered on his fur-torn patches that bled into the earth beneath him. His loyal baiter, Rowan, stood guard, his golden eyes flickering with worry. "Alpha, you need to fight," Rowan urged, his voice slow yet laced with desperation. "We can tear afford to lose you. The pack needs your strength to fend off Silver Moon. They won't stop until they claim our territory." Kalan grimaced, his sharp kin ends glinting in the moonlight. "If I don't heal, they'll have what they want. We have to hold the borders," he rasped. His heart twisted at the thought of his pack suffering because of him. As if summoned by fate, a figure emerged from the shadows, a girl with midnight hair and eyes that resembled stars against the night sky. Lyra, an Omega of the neighboring Willowbrook pack, stepped hesitantly forward, her heart racing. She had come to the Blackstone lands out of necessity, drawn by whispers of Kalan's plight. "Please," she implored, her voice trembling. "I can help him, but I know how to heal wounds like this." Rowan's gaze sharpened as he assessed her. "What do you know of healing? You read just an Omega." Lyra's eyes flashed, a fire igniting within her. "An Omega, yes, but also a healer. My touch has saved many. Let me try." Kalan shifted, attempting to rise, but pain lanced through him, forcing him back to the ground. "If you can heal me, do it. We need every advantage to protect our pack." With cautious determination, Lyra knelt beside him. "Close your eyes, Alpha. Trust me." She hesitated, an undercurrent of fear coursing through her. "This can be dangerous for me too." "Just do it." Rowan snapped, his anxiety boiling over. He wanted to protect Kalan, but he didn't understand the bond that seemed to spark between them, the unspoken connection that was more than just a healer and her patient. Lyra placed her hands gently on Kalan's wound. A warm glow emanated from her fingertips, and Kalan felt a rush flood through him, a powerful energy that surged and intertwined with his own. As her magic coursed, he could sense the weight of her emotions, her fears, and her hopes merging with his. "You are strong," she whispered, her voice a soothing balm. "Let me in." With every second that passed, Kalan felt his pain recede, replaced by a burgeoning warmth. But beneath that warmth lay a secret to Lyra's bloodline, carried a darkness that could fracture their worlds. He could feel it, an echo of something ancient and forbidden. "Lyra," he murmured, struggling to open his eyes. "What are you?" "If I tell you, it could change everything," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "Everything is already changed," he replied, his heart racing at the proximity between them, at the spark igniting within his chest. The healing pulse between them intensified, drawing their souls closer. As her magic stitched his wounds, he grasped her hand, feeling the pulse of her heart beneath his palm. "Don't be afraid. Whatever it is, I won't turn you away." Tears shimmered in her eyes as she met his gaze. "I am meant to be with the Silver Moon pack. It is my destiny. But I am here with you. I can't deny this connection." Kalan's heart ached with a mix of hope and despair. A deep instinct compelled him to pull her closer, to breathe her in, but the reality of their packs loomed like a shadow. "You know what this means." She nodded slowly, the weight of her secret pressing heavily on her shoulders. "I've seen the futures, Kalan. Our bond can protect, but it could also destroy, if they find out. What if they don't? What if we can't keep this between us?" He could feel the heat of her body, the rhythm of her breath, igniting a primal urge deep within him. "Lies can only build walls," she whispered, her voice trembling. "We must tread carefully." As the moon reached its peak, illuminating their fragile connection, Kalan's body surged with life. The wounds that had threatened his leadership faded, yet the uncertainty of Lyra's lineage loomed over them like a storm cloud. Rowan's voice cut through the moment, charged with alarm. "Alpha, we need to get you moving now. The Silver Moon pack will be looking for you." Kalan's gaze flickered back to Lyra, and in that moment a silent pact was made. "You'll come with me. We'll face this together." The truth of their circumstances pressed heavily against Lyra's heart. "Kalan, they'll sense me. They'll know. Then we'll fight together." His voice was fierce, a declaration that rippled through her. She swallowed hard, the warmth of his words steadying her. I am afraid, Kaelan, afraid of what they'll do to you if they discover who I am. Then we'll keep it a secret for as long as we can. You saved me. I won't let your past destroy our future, he promised, his eyes fierce with determination. As they stood, a bond forged in fire and magic, the forest around them felt alive with tension, with destiny. The wolf inside Kaelan howled with longing, urging him to claim this moment, this connection, despite the peril it heralded. Rowan watched, his heart a storm of loyalty and confusion. Just be cautious, both of you. This isn't just about love, it is about survival. Kaelan nodded, his gaze never leaving Lyra. We'll find a way, we have to. With one last glance at the shimmering moon, Lyra felt her heart thrum in tandem with their fates. They were bound by something ancient, something powerful yet steeped in danger. As they ventured back toward the pack, uncertainty loomed, but so did a glimmer of hope. In the distance, the cries of wolves echoed, and the scent of danger threaded through the wind. They were not merely allies, they were destined mates, and the world would soon know the tumult of their union. For amidst the shadows of the night, love had ignited, fraught with secrets and steeped in magic. As they walked toward an uncertain future, the night was alive with promise, and the forest whispered their story, a tale of love, sacrifice, and the unbreakable bonds of destiny. The forest stood around them as Kaelan and Lyra moved deeper into Blackstone territory, the scent of damp earth and pine mingling with the heavy tension in the air. Kaelan could feel the pulse of his pack through their bond, a thrum of anxiety that mirrored his own. The night sky loomed above, an endless expanse of stars, yet within him, a storm brewed raw emotions tangled with the gravity of their shared secret. I can shake this feeling, Lyra, Kaelan murmured, his voice a low growl. Every instinct in my body screams that we re-walking into the jaws of danger. Lyra, walking beside him, felt the weight of his words. I know, she replied softly, her heart racing. But we've made a pact. I am here to help you, no matter the risks. Her midnight hair fluttered in the breeze, a dark banner of resolve. Together, he echoed, his gaze flickering to her, igniting a warmth that chased the shadows from his heart. But if we rediscovered, if they sense your bloodline, then we'll face it, and we'll fight, she interrupted, her eyes fiery with determination. I refuse to let fear dictate my actions, not anymore. Kaelan admired her spirit, the fierce will that burned bright even in the face of uncertainty. It pulled him closer to her, igniting a primal urge within. But beneath that connection lingered the specter of her lineage. The Silvermoon Pack's dark influence was a weight neither could ignore. As they reached the clearing where the Blackstone Pack gathered, Kaelan could sense the palpable tension, thick enough to slice. The wolves stood in a circle, their eyes glinting with concern and suspicion. Rowan met him first, his expression a storm of loyalty mingled with confusion. Alpha, he stated, his voice steady but laced with unease. What have you done? Kaelan straightened, the instinct to protect Lyra flaring fiercely. This is Lyra, a healer from Willowbrook. She saved me. The words felt like a shield, but he knew he was exposing them both. Saved you, or put you in danger? Rowan's golden eyes narrowed, assessing the Omega who stood beside Kaelan, her shoulders squared. She carries a secret that could destroy us all, Rowan continued, the low growl of his voice echoing the concern rippling through the pack. You can trust her, Kaelan. Lyra's heart raced, fear of rejection carving through her. I never meant to intrude, but I had to help. I felt your pain. Enough. Kaelan's voice boomed, cutting through the tension. I trust her. I've felt her power. It flows through us like a current. Rowan stepped back, eyes wide with disbelief. You risking everything for a healer, her lineage? It is a part of her, yes, but it does not define her. Kaelan shot back, his resolve hardening. I know what she is and still, I choose to trust her. Lyra met Rowan's glare with her own, an unexpected fire igniting within her. You think you know me, but you don't. I am not my bloodline. I am here for Kaelan, and I will fight for your pack. The murmurs among the gathered wolves intensified, uncertainty hanging thick in the air like a storm cloud before a downpour. Kaelan stepped forward, his gaze sweeping across his pack. Listen to me, he commanded, his alpha voice resonating through the clearing. Have you felt the magic between us? Lyra is my mate, and like me, she carries the burden of destiny. Together, we can be stronger. Gasps echoed through the crowd, eyes widening at the wordmate. Lyra's heart raced with a mixture of fear and exhilaration. The truth of their bond was as deep as the roots of the ancient trees surrounding them, yet the weight of its implications loomed ominously. I don't care what she is, Kaelan said, voice steady. I care about who she is. She saved my life. I will protect her, and I will not let your fear dictate what we can become. Rowan turned to the pack, his voice firm. But what if the Silvermoon pack comes? What if they use her against us? If they come for us, we fight, Kaelin replied, his voice unyielding. And if they come for Lyra, they will find a united front. We won't let fear dictate our actions. Lyra felt the weight of the stairs upon her, but within the gaze of her mate she found her courage. I will not hide who I am, she declared, her voice steady. I am here to help, not to destroy. A low growl from the edge of the clearing made them all tense, and Kaelin's attention snapped to the shadows. A figure stepped forward, tall and imposing, their rival Alpha, Darius of the Silvermoon pack, a fierce predator with piercing silver eyes. Such a bold declaration from a mere Omega, Darius sneered, a cruel smile twisting his lips. How quaint. Kaelin stepped protectively in front of Lyra, his body tense with rage. You should turn back, Darius. This is our territory. Darius chuckled, a sound that sent shivers down Lyra's spine. Our territory? You think you can hold it with a healer at your side? I know her bloodline, Kaelin. I know what she carries. Lyra's heart raced, and she felt Kaelin's tension ripple through him. Enough games, Darius, Kaelin growled. You seek a fight, so let us settle this. My pack stands united. Darius' smile widened, eyes glinting with malice. Oh, but your precious Omega here is the key to my victory. She is a gift, a weapon, and I intend to use her. Enough? Kaelin bellowed, fury erupting within him. You'll not touch her. His wolf surged beneath the surface, instinct roaring. The forest shuddered with tension, the air thick with impending conflict. Lyra felt the magic pulsate around them, a feeling of danger thrumming against her skin. She stepped forward, placing a gentle hand on Kaelin's shoulder. Kaelin, listen. I want to let them use me. I have power too. I can help you fight. Darius' laughter rang out, mocking. A healer thinks she can fight? How charming. But let us be honest. Darling, your past will haunt you. You are destined for failure. Kaelin's eyes blazed with anger, the need to protect Lyra overwhelming him. I will not let you take her from me. Not now. Not ever. Darius' gaze flickered between them, and then he chuckled darkly, a sound that resonated with the forest. We shall see, Kaelin. The full moon approaches, and with it, a reckoning. Your pack will crumble, and she will be mine. With a sudden motion, Darius turned, retreating into the shadows like a wraith, leaving a lingering threat in his wake. The pack stood frozen, uncertainty hanging heavy in the air like a dense fog. Kaelin turned to Lyra, his heart in turmoil. I won't let him have you. I promise I will protect you. Tears shimmered in Lyra's eyes as she reached for him, a heart aching with the weight of their situation. Kaelin, this is bigger than us. Darius will stop at nothing if they find out. Then we fight, he said fiercely, his hands gripping her shoulders. I want to let fear keep us apart. You mean everything to me. The bond between them sparked anew, a thread of magic weaving their fates together under the looming threat. We need to prepare, Lyra whispered, her voice trembling. If Darius is planning something, we need to be ready. Kaelin nodded, determination flooding his veins. We'll gather allies, strengthen our borders. We'll face whatever comes our way together. As they turned to join the pack, Lyra felt a surge of hope. Despite the dangers ahead, they were bound by something greater, a connection deep enough to withstand any storm. The moon hung high, its light illuminating their path, whispering of destiny, love, and the unbreakable ties forged in the fires of adversity. In the heart of the forest, love burned brighter than the darkness encroaching upon them, and the night was alive with the promise of a battle yet to come, a struggle for their future and the bonds that would either save or shatter them. Kaelin stood at the edge of the clearing, the tension in the air thick enough to slice. As the moonlight poured over them, he could feel the weight of his pack's collective gaze, their uncertainty and fear pressing against him like a tangible force. Lyra stood beside him, her presence both a comfort and a source of worry. He could see the way her hands trembled slightly, betraying the resolve she fought to maintain. The echoes of Darius' taunts lingered in the air, a cruel reminder of the battle that lay ahead. Kaelin, Lyra whispered, her eyes shimmering like the stars that surrounded them. Do you think he'll come back tonight with his pack? We can't know for sure, he replied, his voice low and steady. But if he does, we'll be ready. I want to let him take you. His tone was fierce, and in that moment, he felt the fire of their bond, their connection pulsing like a heartbeat between them. I believe you, she said, her voice soft yet filled with an undercurrent of steel. But I've felt the shadows of my past creeping in, the weight of what I carry, if they discover what I am. Kaelin cupped her face gently, his thumb brushing against her cheek. You are more than your lineage. You are my mate, Lyra, the one who saved my life. I will protect you with everything I have. Tears shimmered in her eyes, and he noticed how her breath hitched. What if your pack doesn't feel the same way? What if they see me as a threat? It doesn't matter what they think, he replied, his voice low and fierce. What matters is us. We'll navigate this together. A sudden howl broke the silence, a call echoing through the trees, sending ripples of anxiety through the pack. Kaelin's wolf stirred beneath the surface, restless and protective. Rowan, he called, turning to his beta, who stood vigilantly by the perimeter of the clearing. Gather the warriors. We need to reinforce the borders. I want everyone on alert. As Rowan nodded and moved to rally the others, Lyra gripped Kaelin's arm. What if Darius uses my bloodline against us? He knows my family history. He could use it to manipulate your pack. Then we'll all face it together. Determination in his voice was unwavering, yet he couldn't shake the nagging doubts that crept into the back of his mind. As the pack assembled, Kaelin felt the weight of his role as alpha settle heavily upon him. He could sense the unease coursing through the gathered wolves, and the need to reassure them gnawed at his instincts. Listen up, he called, his voice cutting through the whispers. Lyra is a healer, and she is here to help us. I want to let fear tear us apart. Murmurs rippled through the pack, some skeptical, others curious. Rowan stepped forward, his voice steady. Alpha, her lineage, is irrelevant, Kaelin interjected, his eyes hardening. We will not let the past dictate our future. We face a common enemy, Darius. Let that unite us. Rowan hesitated, then nodded, his expression softening with reluctant acceptance. Very well, but we must remain vigilant. Trust is earned through actions, not words. Lyra looked at Kaelin, her gaze filled with both gratitude and apprehension. Thank you for believing in me, she said quietly, her voice barely above a whisper. Always, he replied, his heart swelling with a fierce need to protect her. The bond between them pulsed with potential, a promise of strength and unity forged in their shared determination. As night deepened, the pack fortified their borders, the steady rhythm of paws against the earth a reminder of the storm that approached. Kaelin's heart raced with the tension of the impending conflict, but he found solace in Lyra's presence, her energy blending with his in a way that felt primal and beautiful. Stay close to me, he said as they positioned themselves together near the edge of their territory. We fight as when every wolf here is family. I want to leave your side, she promised, her voice steady now, the fear slowly giving way to resolve. The night wore on, the shadows stretching like fingers across the forest floor. With every howl that echoed through the trees, Kaelin felt the tension in the air thicken, the anticipation building like a cold spring ready to snap. Hours passed, each tick of time heavy with the possibility of danger. Kaelin's wolf howled within him, urging him to shift to take on the primal form that would stand beside his pack. But he remained focused, the weight of leadership anchoring him to his human form. Suddenly, a low growl rumbled from the edge of the clearing, drawing every wolf's attention. Darius stepped into the moonlight, flanked by his own pack, a formidable force, eyes gleaming with menace and challenge. Kaelin, Darius called, his voice smooth yet laced with danger. How brave of you to stand against me, but you've brought a healer who carries the blood of my lineage. How very foolish. Lyra stiffened beside Kaelin, her tension palpable as she faced the rival Alpha. I am not a weapon to be wielded, Darius. I am here for Kaelin and his pack, and I will fight for them. Darius chuckled, a sound devoid of warmth. Fight? Oh, darling, you misjudge the power of blood. Your very existence is a threat to your precious Alpha. You can escape your fate. Kaelin stepped forward, his voice a growl. You will not touch her, Darius. She is under my protection, and I will not let you use her against me. Darius' gaze flickered between them, a mocking glint in his silver eyes. Your bond may ignite a flame, but it also carries the potential to scorch you both. The Silver Moon pack has power, and we will take what is ours. Lyra's heart raced, and she felt the magic around them pulse, a tension that crackled like electricity. You think you can intimidate us with threats. Kaelin and I share a bond forged in magic and destiny. We are stronger together than you realize. Darius' expression shifted, a flicker of uncertainty crossing his face before he masked it with arrogance. Then let us settle this through strength. I challenge you, Kaelin, to a fight. Win, and you keep your Omega. Lose, and she comes with me. Kaelin's instincts roared in protest. He could feel the pack's anxiety building, a storm of worry swirling around them. You will not take her from me, he vowed, his voice strong. Then accept my challenge, Darius taunted, stepping forward, his pack shifting behind him like a dark wave. Or forever live in fear. Kaelin faced him, his heart pounding, knowing what was at stake. I accept your challenge. As the moonlight bathed the clearing in silvery glow, the air thickened with anticipation. Kaelin's wolf surged, instinct sharpening, every muscle in his body coiling in readiness for the fight ahead. Lyra stepped closer, her voice a whisper that cut through the noise. Kaelin, remember, this isn't just about strength, it is about our bond. Draw on that power. I will, he murmured, the gravity of her words anchoring him. I promise. With a single nod, the world shrank down to the two of them, alpha and rival, destiny and choice. The forest fell silent, the weight of fate hanging heavy in the air. Darius lunged first, a fierce predator made of shadows, but Kaelin was ready. He met the challenge head-on, the world around them blurring as he shifted into his wolf form, muscles rippling beneath dark fur, instincts roaring to life. The clash of their bodies echoed like thunder, a primal dance of strength and agility. Kaelin felt the power of his pack around him, their encouragement swirling like a protective shield. He fought not just for himself, but for Lyra, for their bond, for the future they dreamed of. With each strike, he recalled her warmth, her laughter, the way her touch ignited something deep within him. He would not fail her. As the battle raged, he sensed Lyra's energy intertwining with his, an ethereal thread pulling him closer to victory. Darius' snarls filled the night, but Kaelin pushed forward, determination blazing in every lunge, every twist. Then, in a moment of clarity, Kaelin found an opening. With a swift, calculated move, he pinned Darius to the ground, the weight of his victory pressing down hard. Yield, Kaelin growled, his breath heavy with the thrill of the fight. Darius glared up at him, fury mingling with disbelief. You may have won this round, but I will return. The Silvermoon pack will not forget this. Kaelin released him, standing tall as Darius slunk away, retreating into the shadows with his pack, the threat still lingering like a dark cloud. As the adrenaline faded, Kaelin shifted back to his human form, breathless and triumphant. He turned to the pack, feeling their energy shift from fear. The echoes of the battle faded into the cool night air, the scent of victory mingling with the earthy aroma of damp soil and pine. Kaelin stood amidst his pack, their eyes wide with awe and relief, yet tinged with the shadow of uncertainty. He felt the weight of their gazes on him, their admiration mingled with the fear of what had just transpired. Lyra stood nearby, a flicker of uncertainty shadowing her radiant gaze. Her midnight hair danced in the breeze, and Kaelin's heart ached at the sight of her, strong yet vulnerable, a healer who had stepped into a world rife with danger for the sake of their bond. Kaelin, she called softly, her voice breaking through the tension that hung like an invisible shroud. What now, Darius? Wouldn't he just disappear? I'll be back. His heart sank at the truth in her words, the fear weaving a tight knot in his chest. I know, he replied, his voice steady, yet laced with the reality of their precarious situation. But together we can face whatever comes. She stepped closer, her eyes searching his, a mixture of admiration and worry. You fought bravely. I felt your strength, your determination, but this isn't just about strength. Darius knows how to exploit weaknesses. Kaelin nodded, the weight of her words settling heavily upon him. I want he let him, not when I have you by my side. The night air crackled with a tension that went beyond the physical. The forest whispered secrets, like an ancient being holding its breath, waiting for the next act in their unfolding tale. Kaelin could sense the pack's unease, a ripple of uncertainty that mirrored his own. They weren't just standing together. They were forged in a bond tempered by both magic and destiny, yet the ghost of betrayal lingered just behind them. Warren approached, his golden eyes sharp with concern. Alpha, we need to strengthen our defenses. Darius will return with fury, and we can't afford to be caught off guard. I agree, Lyra added, her voice steadying as she regained her composure. We need to heal and prepare. I can help, but I also need to know more about your pack, its strengths, its weaknesses. Kaelin's heart swelled with pride at her resilience. Then let us gather our warriors and devise a plan. We'll work together, share everything. Trust is the only path forward. Rowan nodded, a look of grudging respect passing across his face. Very well, but I want everyone on high alert. We can show weakness. As the pack began to disperse, Kaelin turned to Lyra, his heart aching with unspoken words. I wish things were different. I wish we could be free of this burden. Lyra stepped closer, a warmth enveloping him like a protective cocoon. Me too, Kaelin, but we'll find a way through this. I want to let fear dictate our future. The forest felt alive, the stars twinkling above like ancient sentinels. Yet within their hearts, storm brewed, a tempest of emotions that threatened to pull them apart. Kaelin reached out, his fingers grazing her hand, igniting a spark that coursed through him with the intensity of a wildfire. Every moment with you feels like a gift, he murmured, his voice low and raw with longing. But what if Darius returns? What if your past catches up with you? He watched as her expression shifted, uncertainty shadowing her features. I've carried this burden alone for so long, Kaelin, but being with you, it gives me strength. You make me want to fight. Then fight we will, he vowed, his heart pounding in his chest. Our bond is stronger than any Darius poses, I can feel it. Just then, a chorus of howls erupted from the edge of their territory, the sound reverberating like a rallying cry through the trees. Kaelan's blood ran cold. They've come sooner than I expected. Lyra's eyes widened, her breath hitching in her throat. What do? We prepare, he replied, determination surging through him. We'll all stand together, I want he let him take you. As they gathered the pack, the air hummed with anticipation. Kaelan could feel the tension simmering just beneath the surface, every wolf aware that a storm was brewing. Listen, Kaelan called, his voice strong. Darius may come for us tonight, but we will not cower. We stand as one, united by our bonds. We fight for our family, for our future. His pack responded with a chorus of howls, their voices powerful and unified, echoing the strength of their shared resolve. Yet, as Kaelan glanced at Lyra, he couldn't shake the feeling that a deeper challenge loomed ahead. Stay close to me, he whispered to her, feeling the heat of her presence beside him. We'll all face this together. The night deepened around them, the forest alive with the promise of confrontation. Every rustle, every whisper of leaves seemed to carry the weight of impending chaos. Kaelan felt the primal instinct within him roar, urging him to shift and embrace his wolf form, but he held back, needing to remain in control. Suddenly, Darius emerged from the shadows, flanked by his pack, a dark tide against the silver backdrop of the moonlit night. Ah, Kaelan, he called, his voice dripping with mockery. How noble of you to gather your little family, but we both know this is a futile effort. Kaelan stepped forward, instinctively placing himself between Darius and Lyra. You'll not touch her, he growled, every fiber of his being on high alert. Darius chuckled, a sinister sound that sent a chill down Kaelan's spine. You think you can protect her? You think your bond can shield you from the truth? She belongs to the Silverman pack, whether she likes it or not. The words struck hard, but Kaelan's resolve didn't waver. She is my mate, and I will fight for her against you and anyone who threatens what we have. Darius' gaze flickered to Lyra, a predatory glint in his silver eyes. Ah, sweet Lyra, how naive you are to think you can escape your destiny. You will be the ruin of him. Lyra stepped forward, her voice unwavering. I am not a pawn in your game, Darius. I will not let you use my past against me. The tension escalated as Darius' pack shifted behind him, a wall of menace ready to unleash chaos. Then you'll regret this choice, Lyra. You'll bring destruction to everyone you care about, he hissed, his voice low and threatening. In that moment, Kaelan felt the weight of her lineage, a dark shadow that threatened to consume them both. Yet, as he glanced at her, he saw not fear, but courage, a reflection of his own heart willing to fight for what truly mattered. Together, Kaelan said fiercely, his voice rising above the tension. We'll face whatever comes. We are bound by more than blood or lineage. We are bound by love. Darius' laughter echoed like thunder, cutting through the night. Love, how quaint. Let us see if that love survives the night. Kaelan's wolf surged within him, instinct screaming for him to shift, to unleash the primal fury that had been calling beneath the surface. He didn't allow no harm to come to Lyra, not while he drew breath. Prepare yourselves, as he commanded, his voice resonating with authority. We fight for our future. With that, chaos erupted. The clash of wolves, the howls of battle, and the intensity of magic crackling in the air painted a wild tapestry of fear and courage. Kaelan fought fiercely, his heart pounding as he dodged and weaved, every movement fueled by the thought of Lyra at his side. Amidst the chaos, he caught glimpses of her strength, her resolve, her determination to fight. They were united, their bond a shimmering thread that danced through the battlefield, lighting their hearts with unyielding hope. But just as they began to gain ground, an unexpected twist of fate surged through the shadows. A figure from behind, a familiar face, a wolf he had trusted, a childhood friend, was lunging at Lyra. Bah! Kaelan roared, a primal scream erupting within him. He charged forward, his instincts driving him as he tackled the traitor away from Lyra, the impact reverberating through his bones. What have you done? Kaelan growled, fury igniting as he pinned the traitor to the ground. You've betrayed your pack. The wolf snarled, eyes glinting with rage. You were a fool, Kaelan. You think you can build a future with a Silverman Omega. She is poison. She'll ruin you all. Kaelan felt the betrayal cut deep, the pain of trust shattered. Lyra is not your enemy, he yelled, his voice a low growl. You will pay for your treachery. But before he could act, a flash of silver